few weeks ago we started tearing apart this 1981 Kawasaki 340 Snowmobile engine. So we got it almost all the way torn apart, but since that time I got the cylinders off, got the pistons out, got everything cleaned up pretty nice. And I got some parts. I got a new fan belt, and I got some 3-bond 1211 for the case halves. I got wrist pin bearings, new fan bearings, some new O-rings for the crank bearings, and got these case bolts wire wheeled, so clean up the threads on those. Let's see what else. So these are the pistons that came out. So on the intake side you can see they're scuffed up. So these must have been ran with the crank seals that were toast. Exhaust side looks pretty good. Same thing with this one. You got some blow by there. Intake side, exhaust. And these are the cylinders. You can kind of see intake side has some scuffing. Could be worse, but it's definitely there. But these are the cylinders I'm going to use. These are off an 800-mile machine. These look really nice. So these are ready to go. So the seal area gets pretty corroded, so I just took like a small flat blade screwdriver and just scraped the corrosion away in there. Then I used some Scotch-Brite to kind of shine it up, and used like a razor blade to get the old sealant off. So now I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get these new O-rings on. So these, what I've done before, you can just put these in some hot water and get them kind of soft, and they'll stretch over these connecting rods to get to the middle bearings, so it's really not an issue. So go ahead and get that done so we can get these case halves together. Okay, so the crank is ready. Now we got to put the sealant on the case half. And this is the 1211. So what I've learned is less is more. Don't want to get too much, just a thin layer. Okay, we'll go ahead and get the rest of this on. Okay, ready to get the crank installed. There we go. Should be ready. Okay, and these get torqued down to 16 foot-pounds. I have the picture on my phone. So we'll follow that. And then there's a small 10mm one that goes right here. But that one, I don't think this one gets tightened to 16, so I'm just gonna hand tighten this. Alright, you can see that sealant's kind of oozing out just a little bit, so that's what you want. Crank spins nice. Alright, we'll drop a little bit of oil down these holes that feed the bearings. And for these crank seals, you can use white lithium grease to lubricate those for startup, but I just soaked it in oil pretty good there, so that should be fine. So this engine came out of a Kawasaki Snowmobile, and it had these spacers for the intake. And I've never seen these on Trailfires. They just have this sheet metal here, so, and I know the Trailfires, the space is pretty tight between the carb and the airbox, so I doubt I'm going to use these, but I think it's kind of cool. Maybe it gives you some more torque, who knows. But I think we're going to wrap it up here. Next video we should be able to complete the install for this, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.